You talked about how we need sane legal immigration reform, and you talked about the problems with amnesty, but as it pertains to DACA, do you see a pathway forward for citizenship?
DACA, I think, the way I look at DACA is it can't be a standalone issue. It has to be, as I said today to the employees, it has to be part of an overall package for me. And the parts of that are we need to build the wall, secure the border, because it didn't happen in '86. We were promised it would. It didn't happen in, I think, 2003 or 2006. We were promised it would. And so here we are again. And so if we don't secure this border, and with a barrier, probably a wall in most places, we're just going to be back at this again in 10 or 15 years. And the American people don't want that. So that's the first thing. For me, is we've been burned twice by the federal government. So we need to appropriate the billions of dollars it's going to take, not authorize, appropriate, to build the wall, A. B, we need to end chain migration. C, we need to end the immigration lottery system. D, we need to have a sane immigration system, a sane legal immigration system. I am 100% for legal immigration. We need, you just saw it today. They are probably 40 employees short here at this smaller company in Dyersville, and they can't find anybody to work. So we need immigration. It just needs to be legal. Those four things are very important to me as part of a package. Then fifth, we have the DACA people that are here. So what are we going to do with the DACA people? Do I think they're going to be deported? I guess I don't believe that. I don't think it's going to happen. So now it's like I've heard ideas. There's ideas floating out there from saying, well, we'll give them legal status so they know they're not going to get deported, which is a good thing. And but they're never going to be made citizens. Or I've heard they're going to get legal status and they can get in the back of the line to be citizens. Meaning, if there's somebody's from Central America and from the country they're from, typically it takes 10 years, say, to be able to immigrate here legally. Well, then it's going to take these folks that are already here 10 years. They're getting the end of the line for legal immigration before they could be in line for citizenship, assuming they didn't break our laws, assuming they worked, assuming certain things. So, heard some ideas. We'll see what comes down the hopper. I'm not going to be creating this bill, so it'll be handed to us. Leadership's working on it on both sides. It's bicameral and bipartisan. We'll see what it's going to be give and take. Certain people want certain things, other people don't want certain things. So, this date of February 8th, I hope that we don't tie that to DACA again. Because that's on, 2 weeks? This is a big issue to get done in 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens. But for me, personally, it just can't be standalone DACA. We have to have these other things involved. And as you saw today, I mean, the things that I said these same things to employees, and I got very favorable comments from them as I walked the plant. They agreed that these are common sense reforms. So we're not here 10 years from now talking about the next group, the next 10 million people that have come here illegally.
Of those proposals you mentioned have been floated out there about how to deal with the legal status for DACA recipients. Is there a particular proposal that you prefer or would like to see advanced of those options?
Not at this point. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see. It probably isn't going to matter what I prefer. It's going to they're going to say here's the package. So we'll wait and see what the package is. If they say we are going to give DACA people amnesty, so they're going to be citizens right now, I'm a no vote on that. So legal status, that's different, and maybe never being able to vote since they broke their laws to get here, or maybe getting in the back of the line. I can entertain. We'll see what the whole package is. Either one of those.
In regards to the wall, you said you wanted.
Can I just add one more thing? Because as you saw today, we need employees here. We need employees in almost every company in my district. And I imagine the rest of America is this way. And I've told President Trump, I've told Paul Ryan many times that in order for us to achieve the economic growth that we want to achieve, 3.5% GDP growth, we need welfare reform, we need immigration reform. Because without those two things, we're not going to have the workers to achieve the economic growth. So without that, I mean, a company like this, they also have a plant in Georgia, and they can find employees easier in Georgia than right now than they can in Iowa. So, I'm not saying they said this, but what's the logic thing that they're going to do?
reform, you said that there needs to be incentives for people who are receiving government assistance to work and to make sure that they don't face, I guess, that benefits cliff.
Yes.
I guess, how do you foresee the government going about that, doing that? You know, helping, I guess, wean them off, but at the same time, giving them the support that they need, you know, while they're trying to make that transition.
Yeah, I talked about it, and I don't know if you were in here when I talked about it, but the example I used is somebody that's making $9 an hour, does a great job, shows up for work every day. The boss says, I'm going to give you a $2 an hour raise because we want to keep you $11 an hour. And the person says, I'm going to quit. And why would you quit? Well, because they're going to lose $3 an hour in government benefits. That just doesn't make sense. That's called a welfare cliff. And Speaker Ryan is well aware of welfare cliffs. We've talked about it many times. So we need to wean people that are currently getting government aid. We need to wean them off aid gradually. So as they make more money, we're not penalizing them. That we're taking away a little bit of federal aid, and they're making more money, so that they're overall getting ahead. They're getting ahead, as opposed to getting behind by doing the right thing. Why should they be penalized because they're going to work every day and they're doing the right thing? So there's welfare cliffs. That's on the government. We need to change it. Speaker Ryan's well aware of it, and if we have a welfare reform package, I'm confident it will be changed.
So like having a tiered approach then?
Yeah, more instead of going like this and then like that, and it just be more gradual. So as you make more, I don't know if I'm doing the chart right here, but as you this is the money you make. As you're making more money, and here's your welfare gradually goes away, as opposed to when you're like this and then the welfare goes down like that. So yeah, we need to wean them off of. Give them incentive. We don't want to give somebody incentive to go back on welfare. We want to give them an incentive to stay in the workforce. So, you know, there's a category called the working poor. We want to turn the working poor into the working lower class, into the working middle class. And the way to do that is to wean them off of government. It just makes sense.